want to show you something interesting. You know, when Yaakov comes in to get the brachas, Yitzchak exclaims, Re'ei re'ach b'ni ki re'ach hasoda asher berche Hashem. The re'ach of my son is like the re'ach of the field. Which field? Gan Eden. Rashi says that it was Gan Eden. Rabbi Yeruchim in Das Torah explains how Yitzchak was able to pick up a scent, a feeling. Gan Eden. Beautiful, huh? It was Gan Eden, and he was able to pick it up. He was able to smell it. And he brings a beautiful Chayvas Halavavis that brings a story. The Chayvas Halavavis in Shara Kniya Perik Vav brings a story from Eliyahu Hanavi. Everyone likes a good story. Here's a story. Eliyahu Hanavi, no. They were traveling, Eliyahu Hanavi with another person. And they passed by a dead carcass from an animal. And when a dead carcass smells terrible, right? Carcass, dead animal, smells bad. The person who was traveling with Eliyahu Hanavi put his finger to close his nose. Closed his nose. And he said, wow, it smells terrible. Says Eliyahu Hanavi to him, yeah, but look at it. It has nice teeth. Look at the carcass. It has nice teeth. Then they passed by another few blocks after this. They passed by a person. And the person was a sinner. Eliyahu Hanavi put his finger on his nose to close his nose. This person didn't feel anything. When he passed by the dead carcass, when it was a physical bad odor, that he smelled. But the sinner, his spiritual odor, he didn't feel. But Eliyahu Hanavi felt it. And it bothered him, and he had to close his nose off from the scent. Says Rabbi Yeruchim that there are certain people who are only sensitive to the physical, but they're not sensitive, and they don't pick up the ruchnius, for the good and for the bad, for the good and for the bad. And he says something so interesting. He says when someone is pure, he'll pick up those spiritual sense. Listen to the lashon he uses. I thought it was such a beautiful language, so eloquent, the way Rabbi Yeruchim explains it. Yitzchak Avinu Ashalim B'chal Chushav. Don't forget, Yitzchak's blind. I talk about a blind person. Yes, so some people say that when a person's blind, his other senses get stronger. Rabbi Yeruchim is not saying that. Rabbi Yeruchim is saying is the opposite. His sense of smell was extremely good because he was a keen to ruchnius, and it was a ruchniistic smell. His chushim were very clear and very healthy. So he says Rabbi Yeruchim, so Memela, Yitzchak Avinu Ashalim B'chal Chushav, Hirgish V'Riach Mamish Sareach Gan Eden. He was able to detect the smell of Gan Eden, of Yaakov Avinu, Shemali is called Sivaisa. And that state Tapuchim, Ashekara Chazal, which is in the Gan Eden. And he says like this, in that Gan, what are the fruits of Gan Eden? It's a beautiful language. And he says, what are they? He says, they're beautiful spices and herbs. And they are spice of chesed, a spice of tzedakah, righteous and of psamim shel emunah, spices of emunah, spice of emes, of truth. Psamim b'kail mikal kail, all different types of spiritual spices. Yeah, the Gan Eden. Gan Eden is a beautiful, it's a, when you go in, there's apples and oranges, and there's chesed and emunah and tzedakah. A person who's spiritual will pick up on it. You walk into a fruit store, it smells apple, it smells pear, it smells apricots, peaches. Everybody says, smells for peaches. There's a ruchniistic smell to the peaches of Gan Eden. Yeah. The sweetness and the aroma, the beautiful fruits and spices of Gan Eden. And then he says something so interesting. A lot of people, you walk into their house, and they'll put all different types of flowers and smell and to give a good scent to the house. He says, you want to make your house smell good? Fill it up with chesed and tzedakah and emes. And you walk in, wow, it smells great. You're right. Your buddy who's not holding by much, he'll walk in, he won't smell anything. But a Talmid Chacham who walks in, he goes, wow, what a house. You know, many people over the years have told me that they had a special feeling when they walked into the home of my grandfather and grandmother. There was a certain warmth and a certain feeling, and they can't even explain what it is. But there was something that they felt. And I listened, and I've heard the same nusach over and over again, the same expression. When my uncle put out a sefer, Das Chaim, in the introduction, he writes that my grandfather and grandmother, being Talmidim of Slabotka, my grandfather was a Talmid Slabotka, and growing up in Radin by the Chofetz Chaim, the house, the walls of the house, were seeped with chesed and midos and shmiras haloshain. There was a ruchniistic atmosphere, and you were able to pick up on it. Yeah, you walk into a house, it's cold. The guy looks at the thermostat. Well, it's not cold. It's 80 degrees, 78, 79 degrees. Yeah, but it's cold. Your house is cold. And you could walk in and the house doesn't have to be 80 degrees. It could be 60-something degrees. And he'll say, it's warm. It's warm. The ruchnius. There's a ruchnius. And you have to be able to pick up on that ruchnius. Yitzchak, on one hand, was sensitive to the ashon, to the smoke of the Avodah Zarah. He was also sensitive to what? On the good side, to the ruchniistic, good senses and smells. Gan Eden. Huh? Yafeh mod, huh? Yafeh, bo tishmu. I want to tell you a story. It's a story that, to me, opens up a lot. My grandfather told me, I think it's already now in the Sfarim, when they write about the Alta from Slabotka, that every morning there was a Talmud of the yeshiva that would bring him his breakfast of porridge. He would make the porridge, and he would bring it to the altar, and the altar would eat it. This bacha had to leave to go for a wedding, so he went away for a few weeks from the yeshiva. In his place, he got a friend of his to take care of the job of making breakfast for the altar. He brings the breakfast to the altar for Slabotka. He puts it down, the altar takes a bite, and he begins to yell, Chazir, Tarfus, Machilim oti Tarfus. The Baruch from the yeshiva came running. What? Tarfus. They look, this is a porridge. I mean, how much tarfut could be already in an oatmeal cereal? What could be there in a farina? Today they eat oatmeal. Oatmeal is machal susim. I don't know if you know that, but all right, we won't go there. Today they think it's very healthy. Maybe hiskatnu adorot. Nashim mitnagim kemo beemot, az ochlim machal beemot subim מי היה אוכל סובים? היום רק סובים אוכלים. Okay, good. All right. בסדר, שיהיה ככה. But what could be in a farina? What? So they ran to the bacha and they said to him, tell me! Hayitachen, what did you put into the farina of the altar? What did you do? He said, nothing. Exact ingredients that my friend told me to put in. A teaspoon of farina, chalav, chema, tzatzukar, zeu. Let's go, let's check. They looked, it's the same farina and the same chema and everything the same. Nothing different than what the other bacher put in. Couldn't figure it out. So I said, tell me, what did you change? He said, the only thing I changed was like this. The bacher told me to put the bowl of farina, to put in 1 teaspoon of chema and 1 teaspoon of sukar. Ani samti shte kapiot. I put in 2 things of butter and 2 things of sugar. Why? So they came to the altar, said, Ha'alta. It sounds like he just added a little more. He says, no. He wanted to show better than the other guy. He wanted to make it better. Yeah? Psychologically, B'hargeshim, in his way of thinking, it was lidgaot, to be mitga'eh, that, see, subliminally. It could have been, he didn't even pick it, but it was, the altar felt it, b'ti'imat. He felt it when he tasted the porridge. Midot ro'ot, it was bad midas. Chazir, tarfus. He couldn't take it. You hear Rabbi say? It's beautiful. Bad midas. Bad midas. It's in the porridge. It's there. Now, why don't we feel it? And the answer is hergel, hergel, hergel. We get used to it. Halavai she'anachnu rak ro'im bad midas misvivatenu. Ro'im harbe yoter garua mizeh. We see fighting, every seret, every movie, retzach, and everyone's backstabbing the other guy, and that's what makes the movie so great. What makes a movie great? The more plot. But listen, אני לא בקיא נפלא בעניינים אלו, אבל הייתי פעם ילד, אני מבין, sefer, a good book and a good movie is, what is it about? It's about the plot, right? What's a plot? You know what a plot is? The web we weave. It's about deceit, and it's about backstabbing, and it's about sheker, and all the midas royas. And then we walk out saying, that was a good movie. That was a good book. That was a good book. You know, you got yourself used to seeing Zevel and Shiflu to Adam in its glory, in its raw form. And mitraglim lezeh, that we don't become, and that we're not sensitive when we see sheker. It's unbelievable. I'm telling you, Rabbi, so you don't know how beautiful the parsha was, the lesson. It's a lesson, tremendous lesson. Yitzchak had to be cut out. Lo lirot shum davar. Not to see, not to hear, not to... And this was in order he should remain kadosh and for Karen to see better. Because if you're exposed to all the junk of the world, it has an effect on you. It has an effect on you, Rabbi say.